Good morning everyone and welcome to lesson 2 of English this week. Now yesterday we learnt a new story and today we're going to be sequencing that story, which is going to help us learn the story further. Let's have a look. So first I want you to have a look, watch the videos of me doing the actions. I want you to practice the story with me just one time, have a practice, and we'll practice together on Zoom again later. Now, after you've done that, we're going to have a look at our story map. As I said, this is the story map I've drawn to match our story. Now, what do you notice about the words and the parts on the story map? What can you notice about them? That's right, there's some different colours. Why do you think there are different colours? What parts of the story could they be? That's right, we've got our purple adjectives, small, large, fierce, terrified. We've got our story language. Once there lived, one night, so, unfortunately, luckily, finally, happily ever after the end. They are all our story language words. In blue, I've put some connectives, some joining words, like and. I've got but he had no sugar. That is a connective because it's joining two sentences together. Instead of having two little sentences, I've used the word but to connect them. So that's my puzzle piece, that's my connection. And then I've also got the punctuation in my red triangles like I usually do. So we can see full stop, exclamation mark with feeling. Full stop, exclamation mark. And then I've got another full stop. And you're right, there should be a full stop at the end as well. Thank you for pointing that out. So that is our story map. It's in different parts, so it shows us different features of the story. And then I've got characters, I've got the brown mouse, I've got the red dragon, I've got the princess wearing pink. So they will help me be adjectives when I write. Now, stories can also be broken down into different sections, and that's what I'm going to show you today using our story map. Now, we normally think about stories in 5 different sections. Can you remember what they were? We did look at this for Dick Whittington. Let's have a look. We start with the beginning. Excellent. So all of this first bit is the beginning of the story. It tells us who the characters are. It tells us where they live. It gives us information about the characters, sometimes about the setting as well, like we've got cave and village. Now the next part is the build-up. What's happening in the story? So this is what happens every day. There's always these people, there's always this setting. What happens one day? So we've got one night. What happens one night? That is the build-up to the story. So one night, George wants to make some tea, but he ran out of sugar. The problem was that he ran out of sugar, and unfortunately, that's the word we use about problem, his neighbour was a fierce dragon. Uh-oh. And earlier that day, he had taken a princess from the village. That's part of the problem too. Now, when we have a problem, we always have to have a solution, a resolution. How do we solve the problem? So down here we've got luckily, that is our resolution word. All this bit here tells us how we solve the problem of the dragon. And then our 5th part, our bottom part is that's right, the ending of a story. So we've got the beginning, build up, problem, resolution, and ending. They are our 5 parts of the story, and that is what all good stories have. 5 main parts. They might have 7, they might have 8, they might have one problem solution, one problem solution, one problem solution. But most of the books we have got 5 different parts. The build-up in the end, the beginning and the ending, the build-up, then the problem and the solution. We're going to be looking more at those 5 parts later on this week. Now today your activity, as I said, is going to be to sequence a story. And I've got 2 different ways you could do this. Here it says, retell the story by putting the story map back together. Uh-oh. My story map's been cut up. what a shame, I've got the title here, but it's all in the wrong order. So you need to drag the story map over to think about what bit comes first, what bit comes second. Put the story back in order for me all the way down to the ending, because that will help you learn the story. Now the second activity is I've got some pictures from the story. Now this is what we normally do in our books. We will put the pictures in the right order. So today, I've got the pictures here for you to drag and drop into number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I've done 6 pictures for you on here because I thought that there were 6 important parts of this story. Now obviously there's only 5 parts on our story map, but that doesn't matter. I think the picture in here would be pretty easy to put in the right order. So today that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be retelling the story and sequencing it, putting it in order. And all these activities help us learn the story more. So in our Zoom today, we're going to be practicing retelling the story one more time using our actions. Once upon a time, one night. So try and learn the actions as you do it. It helps us retell the story. Remember, in Talk for Writing, the more we tell a story, the more we learn it, the better our writing will be, because we're going to use the story to help us with our writing. If we can't tell a story, we won't be able to write a story. That is the ethos behind Talk for Writing. So go and have a go at the 2 sequencing activities and have some fun with it. Bye-bye.